need more money. But that's just how you... Welcome back. Welcome to Mondays we talk about money. So, as you can tell, I'm sitting on the floor. And sometimes we're going to be very comfortable like this. I enjoy sitting on the floor. And for those that have been on my channel for long, you can tell this is my test cabinet. Where are my words this evening? But yeah, so I'm sitting like really on the floor. So today we're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it simple. And today we're talking about money and how I spent my first paycheck. Well, that's exactly what I did with my paycheck. So for context, we're going to start. In fact, hello, hi, welcome to my channel. Hello, and if it's not your first time back, Hie Bazalwane, how you? And if it's your first time here, please do join the family. The family is starting to grow and we're so happy. We welcome everyone else, and yeah, we call ourselves Bazalwane, but that's just from a point of, I feel like Bazalwane for me, because this is probably direct translation than what I think that it means. But Bazalwane is like a whole family type of situation. I'll use an example of like people in church, and someone says Bazalwane, these are the people that you spend time with, the people that you grow with, you're always there together and you're going on a journey together. And this is it, in our little corner where the Bazalwane is. Anyway, so welcome back, and we're going to talk about money. I'm going to try to keep it I'm going to try to keep it short about how I spent my first paycheck. Guys, I dedicated time to this. On my way home, because it's Sunday evening, I'm coming from work. I went into my statement because I didn't want to lie. I have in my ebook, yeah, it shows, I do explain exactly what happened. So those that don't know, I am a lover of all things money. I talk about money. I love talking about money. I even have a book about budgeting. But since we're going to start talking about money more often, every Monday, I thought it would make sense for us to go back a bit for you to also understand how I treated money and how I treat money now differently, and you know how it's brought us all here. So where do I begin? Okay, first, I think I would like to say this would have to be my first big paycheck. What I thought was like, what? This can't be money I'm making. Now, bear in mind, it's a year later since I started, approximately. And I'm like, yo, I need more money. But that's just how human beings are. We just end up thinking we need more and more. But when this happened, when I initially got this job, I was like, yo, you can just call me billionaire. So when we go back for context, when I was still back in Zim, I did start working as a bookkeeper in my third year of university. When we go on apprenticeship or attachment, and then afterwards when I started my fourth year, well, the way our school is, you do like your first semester you're at school, and then you have 1 year, and then you come back for just 1 semester. But we opted not to go back. There was an option for us to go back to school, but we opted not to go back to school, and we learned online, so that gave me time to, you know, be a hustler. So I was fortunate to get a gig, and I was a bookkeeper, so which meant I was staying in my mother's house. No, I was staying with my granny, staying in my grandmother's house, and I was not really paying for much. No, let me not lie, I was paying for nothing, and I was going to school, and I was getting a little bit of money. Now I could say a little bit, but I was getting a lot of bit of money. Personally, it felt like, wow, this is amazing, you know. So I was able to like keep up with myself, and you know, upkeep, and here and there spoil my granny, and you know, because I only had one client, so it's not a situation where I had a million in my disposal, but it did really do help. It really helped with like things I wanted to do. It was easier. So that's when I really started seeing how money that you make, because obviously now I wasn't getting an allowance, because why would I need an allowance at home? So yeah, that was the case. And after that, I moved here. I still had that gig. I did for a couple of weeks work at this place, which I don't think I'm ready to talk about that place, but maybe in 10 years time. It literally, every time I think about the fact that I managed to make it to 1 week at working at that job, I thank the Lord. And it's not even 1 week every day. It took me 1 month to make a week 5 days. So I did then work at that place. No, there's another place I worked at, but then that one, that was just some pyramid scheme thing. So then they just gave me money for the days, which is a story I will share one day. But then there's this one. These are all when I've moved to London. Then there's this one where I worked a month, a total of 5 days in 1 month, and I did get money, but that money actually arrived when I was now working at the job I'm still currently working at. I'm still at the moment. So like, it's a situation where I don't get paid monthly. I get paid every 2 weeks. So at the place I was at, I was meant to be paid every week or something, but it was drama, so I didn't get my money. I ended up getting my money later. I think that's what happened. So then, yeah. So when I started my money almost seemed like it was coming every single week, because there's still work I'd done that was still coming in. Sharp. So now money in my account has never looked so big. The numbers were big. And the reason why I even got this job was we had agreed, well, I had not agreed, my mother had given me that if I'm going to stay home, and while I still trying to figure out, because that's a whole other story, I wasn't sure I want to do accounting. After excelling, personally thought I did quite well for my degree, I wasn't sure accounting was for me. But of course, as a mother and all, she was like, you're going to have to start paying where you're going to start, because, it's life as much as you try and figure it out, So she had given me a time. That's the reason I went to that first job that was drama. And she gave me time and she'd be like, you're going to have to start paying rent. So the rent I was paying then was nice. I wish I was paying that rent now, because now I pay sort of my actual rent if I were to stay there myself. Anyway, back to the story. So I got money. And my account was so happy, because I won't even lie to you. I used to open my account and just be like, hey, wow, me. But now, I'm just gonna touch on the things that I'm glad I did when I got my first paycheck. I wish I'd done better, and I wish I'd learned a little sooner when it comes to my money. So my first paycheck came in. So I'll use the one from my big job. It came in, and I looked at the money, and I looked at the money. I closed, and I looked at the money, and I complained, which I wish I hadn't done. And that gratefulness, because when I came here, I didn't have coats and stuff, so I needed to be ready, because this is like September last year. I need to start getting ready for winter, and I'm already a baby that has a blanket all throughout winter, summer, wherever I'm at. So I need to make sure I'm warm. So the things I had to buy, and of course I had the opportunity to buy at places where this was good quality, but I thought it was a lot of money. I was still trying to understand that yes, it's money, but you gotta have to take it out. And so I feel like I used to be like, my money is going to clothes, my money is going to my coat, my money is going to boots. But I think if I would do something different, I'll be a bit more grateful. So a huge chunk, not a huge chunk, you'll find out why. Maybe let's say 30% of my first check went to upgrading not upgrading actually, I upgraded later, preparing my wardrobe for winter that I'd never experienced. England winter, Europe winter. So that's when I started to experience winter. So I was preparing for that. So a certain amount went into that. And another, I would say, that's not 10%. I think maybe 20% I sent. 20 to 25% I gave it to my granny and my mom, and I paid tithe. And what else is there? I wrote down things, and then I developed such a bad thing. Convenience. I realized after every trip, after every work day, why not Uber? Now Uber is quite affordable, but for me, I feel like I can't use Uber every day, even now, because as much as it's affordable-ish, it's not worth it if I can actually take public transport, because unless I'm late or something. So now I used to just be like, I deserve it. Like, I didn't have reasons why I was taking Uber, and I'm thinking, no, it's just £10. I could have paid £1.75. I'm not in pain now. Context right now, no, the vlog hasn't come out. I hurt my toe and it is really bad, and I'm still going to work, and I slightly limp here and there when it's painful. Is sister girl taking an Uber? No, I'm going to take the bus, because maybe it's because now I have goals, so which is a thing I can say I wish I learned sooner. I wish I'd figured out what my goals were. I only had one goal and I worked hard on it, which I feel the rest of my money went onto it. I saved the rest of my money. I was looking at my statement. No money was leaving my account. It was just there. I saved their money because I wanted to go back to Zimbabwe. I wanted to see my granny. I wanted to see my friends, and I was certain, because I went to Zimbabwe this year, February, but by the end of December, my ticket was bought. I done everything. Guys, I started work in September. And that's the thing that was, I think the one thing I wish I could have done earlier. Is that 12 minutes? Okay, I wish I'd done earlier was be more grateful. Be more grateful for the opportunities I had. Because when I was complaining, I felt like I went into a point of, I only have this amount. As much as I thought I was a billionaire, I was like, I don't only have this amount. And when I feel like when you're not grateful, things, it's like paper, things will just disappear, and it's like you won't see what's happening. So I wish I'd learned that earlier, to be a bit more grateful that, okay, at least I'm able to have a coat on. I had able to get myself a coat, gratefulness. I think another thing I'd like to mention, I opened my gym account. With my first paycheck, I was like, I want to be a gym hand. Seriously, I don't think I started off wanting to be a gym babe. I gained weight and I was out of breath, and the job needed me to be fit. I feel like junior, I don't feel the strain of my job as much as another person would when they walk in. I've gotten used to it, and also my capabilities. I could run a mile after work. I'm just like, come on guys, let's go. So yes, I opened my gym membership then, and it's been running since. Some months we might not go as much as we'd like, but I did open my gym membership too. So now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't do that bad. I thought I'd done really bad, to be honest with you. I really thought I'd done really, really bad with my first paycheck. But I feel like I'm glad. The one thing I'm glad I did was actually not blow it all, and I did take that pause because I didn't know what to do with some of it. Let's say 30 to 40. That's why I ended up saying, fine, I'll just put it all onto my trip that I knew I was taking definite. So I then put it on that. And then opened the account. Was just simply, I was just putting money so I could go on this trip. So I'm glad I actually did that, but I would have done it differently in the sense that I just stopped and actually saw and had a budget and sat down and wrote things, which is important to write down, because when I opened this account, like savings account and all those things, when I started putting money into that account, I didn't know what I was doing. I think I was just putting things, but I never had it written down or in an Excel like now, which is the thing that brings to this Monday. We talk about money. Write it down, put it down, see where it is going, so that you're able to calculate. Because now when I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, I saved this amount of money. I bought clothes for winter. The Uber trips on my statement, child. Yeah. and then I sent money to family. I opened for gym, and that's it. And September was towards my birthday. My birthday is in October, and I wish I'd gotten myself a gift, but I thought, oh, I'm saving. Guys, even if you're saving, spoil yourself a little bit, just a tad bit, you know. And for me, that month I wanted a new bottle. That story is in the ebook, yeah, so I'm not going to really share about it. But I never got the bottle, because that ungratefulness and feeling like you don't have enough, so you don't use what you have, yeah, it really did change. It really did do a number on me. So this week was simply just me explaining where I came from. Now I have a whole system when I actually get money into my account from my side jobs, from this main job, which we could say, wherever money comes from, even if it's a tax refund or whatever, it goes through a process of 50, 20, 30, or if it's a zero-based budgeting, I will take out money for tithe, take out money for offering. I have my goals, certain goals, because I'm not just gonna focus on one. Sometimes I need to, but sometimes I need to split it into, I want to take trips, I want to I wanted to finish my room. That was done in a space of maybe 2-3 months, because I didn't want to just I want to finish all my money. I want to have an emergency fund. I want to take myself out. So I have all these little segments. Some are even written treat yourself, and if I be honest, right now my treat myself is £3. That is it. That's how much I can treat myself. It's that £3. But I had little things that I feel like maybe I should have started earlier and would be further, but it was all part of the journey. I actually had to learn to use money, because as much as I'm saying, oh yeah, I bought clothes and that was it. When I finished buying clothes, my first paycheck, for the next 2-3 paychecks, I bought nothing. No bottle, nothing I wanted, because I thought money, you must hold it like this. But money will go regardless, whether you want to hold it like this or not. At least let the money go where you want it to go, and just not let the wind blow. So this week we're gonna remember whatever money we're gonna get, and it's almost towards the end of the month, right? Yeah, it's the 14th this coming week, and the 14th this Monday, tomorrow, and we're almost at the end of this month. Start looking at your finances. Start thinking about, okay, fine, every month, what's the one thing, what do I do? Because like, if I look at my accounts, I've noticed there's certain things that I can't lie to myself and say that I'm not going to do next month. I'm not trying to make my life horrible or miserable. I just or unrealistic. I know sometimes when I'm at work, I'm going to want to buy food close to work. So now I know I need to have at least £10 on that. Where am I going to get that £10? What am I going to sacrifice on? Or what am I going to do different? Or I also know that sometimes we have things may arise where I need to help the family. Have that amount. It doesn't need to be, you can say, okay, I want to make 1,000. I want to have $1,000 for such emergencies. You don't need to then just think 1,000, put it all there. Gradually get there, because sometimes the family won't need you in a month. Just be diligent and put that money in there, and continue saving for the time when they'll need it. Because sometimes, honestly, even the family won't need me, or I would have done what I need to do and what we've agreed on. I still put that money aside, because next time I can't really take the money and be like, oh, since it's not there. Next time they might need that money and more. And it's try to stay up to scratch, up with everything happening, and being a bit more diligent. So yeah, that's why I did my first paycheck, guys. There's a lot of Uber trips on it. It's so bad, because I think I went to work 20 times. But the trips, I just was Ubering. I was just Ubering. I'm just like, I'm gonna Uber. And for me, that's a no-no. Now I know I don't just Uber everywhere. I will Uber for convenience. I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie on here and say I don't Uber. I Uber, but with sense, obviously. And I ate out a lot. I ate in a lot. If I felt like, I feel like fish and chips. I had a bad habit. It was a really bad obsession of fish and chips. I'd have fish and chips every day I'm off, so that's twice. And I would have fish and chips every days I'm not off. And you see, it also wasn't helping with my health. So yeah. Mondays we talk about money, and I just wanted this one not to be something where I'm just always seeming like I'm sharing all these things. I just want to show that that's what I spent my first paycheck on, and obviously I'm not comfortable sharing the amount it was, but it's an amount I would say from the money I used to get every month for my bookkeeping, which I can calculate. It was 12 times the amount I used to get every month for bookkeeping. So that bookkeeping money still came in, which I eventually used to get my phone, to be honest. But that bookkeeping money came in, and I couldn't even see it, because I'm like, I just got 12 times that amount. 12 times. 12.5 actually, guys. 12.5 times the amount. I'm like, yo, it's like I've been paying for the whole year in one sitting. Yo. But yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning into Mondays We Talk About Money. You can please do share how you spent your first paycheck, or if you're about to get your first paycheck, what's the one thing you want to spoil yourself with, or what do you wish you'd done differently with your paycheck? What are you learning? What do you regret? Just share, and let us be happy and merry. And I'll see you in the next one. Happy week, happy Monday. I love you all. Bye.